Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. So today we will learn how to monitor Kafka logs using Elastic Stack. So Kafka and Elastic Stack, which includes Elasticsearch, Kibana, Logstash and Filebeat, forms a powerful combination for real-time data processing and data analysis. So here Kafka acts as a message broker which enables the seamless data flow between different components, while the Elastic Stack, which collects, processes, stores, and visualizes the logs. So in this guide, we will walk you through the installing and configuring these technologies on Ubuntu. So first, let's see the prerequisites. You should have AWS account with Ubuntu 24.04 EC2 instance up and running. Then you should have at least 2 CPU cores and 4 GB of RAM for smooth performance, and also Java and Apache installed in your system. So our first step is setting up Ubuntu EC2 instance. So first we will update the package list. Now our package list is updated. Next we will install Java. Elasticsearch requires Java, so we will install OpenJDK 17. So now Java is also installed in our system. Next we will install Apache web server. Our Apache web server is also installed. Next, we will install and configure Elasticsearch. So for that first, we will import the Elasticsearch GPG key. Okay, and the Elasticsearch repository. Now let's update the package list again. The repositories added to the system package sources. After this, we will install Elasticsearch. Now Elasticsearch is also installed. Next, we will modify the elasticsearch.yaml file. We'll configure it for remote access. So scroll down and in the network, uncomment the network host, change it to 0.0.0.0 to bind it to all available IP addresses. Then we will also uncomment the discovery seed source and empty the bracket. This discovery section is to specify the initial nodes from cluster. Scroll down. Change the stack.security.enabled from true to false. Now let's save the file. Next, we will enable the Elasticsearch. After enabling it, let's start it. Wait a moment until it starts. So to verify if it started successfully or not, let's check the status of Elasticsearch. So as you can see, it's active and running and also enabled. So next, let's send a GET request to check if Elasticsearch is running and responding. Now, if this is successful, you should see the JSON response with cluster information. Just like this one, you can see the name, cluster name, which is Elasticsearch, and also its version number, which is 8.17.4. We have installed. Now, our next step is install and configure Logstash. So let's install Logstash. After installing Logstash, we will create a configuration file named apache.conf. Now let's add this code into our configuration file. Okay. So here you can see first the input block written inside the file. This will ingest the data from Kafka topic, and this bootstrap server points to the Kafka broker localhost colon 9092 and topic, which is Apache. This is the name of the Kafka topic to read message from. Then we have filter block written here. First is the block filter. This parses the incoming log messages, likely the Apache access logs. And then next is that date filter. It parses the timestamp field and converts it to a Logstash compatible date format. That's the purpose of date field here, filter here. And next is geo IP. What will you do? It enriches the logs with geographical info based on the IP address, which is client IP, and it adds data like country, city, latitude, longitude, etc. under the new field geo IP. Then lastly, there is output block. This will send the processed logs to Elasticsearch for storage and querying. Elasticsearch runs locally on port 9200. Also, this index name follows a time-based pattern. So let's save this file. Now let's enable the Logstash. After enabling it, let's start the Logstash. Now also check the status of Logstash to verify if it's running or not. You can see it's active and running properly. Sorry. Now our next step is install and configure Kibana. So first we will install Kibana. Okay. So now Kibana is also installed. Let's edit the Kibana configuration file. Here, uncomment the server port and also uncomment the server host and change it from localhost to 0.0.0.0 to bind it to all IP addresses. And also in system Elasticsearch, uncomment the Elasticsearch.host, which will connect it to Elasticsearch. So let's save the file modification. After this, let's enable the Kibana. Then start the Kibana service. Verify if it's running or not. You can see it's active and running properly. Now our next step is install and configure Filebeat. So first we will install the Filebeat. Filebeat will collect and forward the log data, Elasticsearch or to Logstash. So in this case, we are going to configure it to forward data Kafka. First, we will enable the Apache module in Firebase. Now Apache module is enabled. Then next configure it. So we will configure the Apache module here. The path will be etc filebeat modules.d, and then inside this directories we will have apache.yaml file. So here we will change the enabled false to true. Now we will also give the custom paths to the log file. So first we will copy it from our apache.yaml file. Stick here. Just a minute. So what we will do, it will get the logs from where log apache 2, and inside this directory we will have access.log file. Same goes for error logs. Uncomment the web paths. I will copy this path and paste it here. Now let's save the configuration. So next we will edit the Firebase configuration file to ship logs to Kafka. So let's modify it. Scroll down, and inside the Firebase inputs section, we will change the type from file strip to log. Then we will comment out the ID. Change enable from false to true. And then we will also give custom path to our log file. Just a minute. Let's copy it from here. So this is the same access log file path which we have used in our modules apache.yaml file before. Okay, scroll down. Here inside the output section, let's comment out the output.elasticsearch part here. You can keep it as it is if you want to send the logs directly to Elasticsearch, but in this case we are using Kafka, so we don't need it. And also if you are using Logstash, you can comment out this output dot uncomment the output dot logstash part, and also host part to send the logs to Logstash. So right here below, we will add this part output.kafka. So what we will do this, what this will do, this will send the logs to Kafka. So let's save the configuration. Now next, let's test the configuration. It's okay or not. As you can see, our configuration is okay. Next, we will enable the Filebeat. After enabling the, let's start the Filebeat. Let's also verify if it's running or not. As you can see, it's active and running. Now the next step is install and configure Kafka. So first we will install the Zookeeper. As you know, Kafka is responsible for streaming the log data from Filebeat to Logstash. So that's how we need to install it. So let's install the Zookeeper first. After this, we will download the Kafka from Apache's official servers. Let's copy this command and paste it. Next, we will extract the downloaded Kafka archives. The command. So now it's extracted. Then we will copy the extracted Kafka files to a standard installation location. Which is inside the OPT Kafka directory. So now it's copied there. Then lastly, we will start the Kafka server. So now our Kafka server is started. Let me just open the duplicate tab. Wait a moment. Now next, we will verify the topic. This will list out all the topics which we have. As you can see, we have the Apache topic here. Next, let's consume the messages from Captain. Okay. So apparently there are 0 messages. So now let's try to access the Apache. So let's copy the public IP address of our EC2 instance, paste it inside the URL, hit enter. Here you can see the Apache 2 default page. Now let's go back. So here you can see. So let's run the above command again. Okay. The logs are generated when we access the Apache from our web browser. You can see the GET request here. So this one. Now next, let's ensure that Elasticsearch is receiving the data. So from Filebeat. So for that, we will check the indices. Sorry. As you can see, our Logstash Apache index is present here. Now our next step is visualizing the data in Kibana. So for that, first let's copy the public IP address again, and then we will paste it inside URL colon 56x1, which is default port for Kibana. Hit enter. Now click on explore on my own. So now this is your Kibana homepage. Now here, scroll down under the management section, go to stack management, scroll down, and right here under the Kibana section, go to data views, click on create data view. You can see the Logstash Apache index pattern. So let's create a data view. We will give a name as Logstash. The first name is spelling mistake. We will also name it same as it is. Now let's click on save data view to Kibana. Home bar, scroll down, and here under the observability section, click on logs. Here you are seeing no result. Let's go to the criteria. So go to here, all logs, then go to data views and select Logstash, the data view which we have created. Here you can see the logs, the four messages which we have generated. You can see here. Okay, same inside the Kibana. Now next, what we will do, we will try to produce a custom test messages. So for that, we will run this command. We will generate this message and try to see it from Kibana. Not see, visualize it. Let's use the proper wording. Yes, sir. Welcome to DevOps scene. Go back. OPV, refresh it. So you can see the custom messages are also available in Kibana visualization. Welcome to DevOps scene. And also this is a test message. You can see here. So by following all the steps, you can successfully monitor the Kafka logs with the Elastic Stack on Ubuntu system. And this whole setup will enable the real-time processing and visualization just like this using Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, and Filebeat. Here, Kafka will act as a central message broker, ensuring the efficient log streaming. And with this, you can monitor and analyze logs in real time, and which will help you to make uh, decision, which will help you to make it easier to detect and resolve the issues more quickly. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you.